Are you a Mickey 17 or a Mickey 18? That's the big question. Oh, Mickey, you're so fine, you blow my mind. Hey, Mickey. I recorded 3 different times. Once before seeing the movie, once right after seeing the movie, and then once the next day after it marinated. But the footage, the video from the next day is such, the lighting is so bad that I wanted to come back today to re-record it. But I'm like, why bother? Why bother? This is a home production. I don't have to worry about budgeting. I don't have to worry about box office sales. I don't have to worry about about worldwide viewing. I have like 2 viewers. I don't have to worry about worldwide viewing. So you know what? I'm gonna upload the video just like it is. Hello everyone, thank you for joining me, Working Shopper. I hope you're having a good day because we're gonna have a good time. Today I will be giving my critique of Mickey 17. This movie made all the heavy issues into a light-hearted subject. I thought that the characters were great because everybody was over the top. Mickey was an over the top, what was he? He was kind of dweeby, wasn't he? What's the definition of a dweeb? Let me look it up for really quickly. A dweeb is a person perceived as socially awkward, lacking confidence, and often seen as unattractive, insignificant, or inept. Yeah, he was a dweeb. Yeah, so Mickey was an over-the-top dweeb. His love interest, Nasha, was like over-the-top militant. Who are the characters in there? Stephen Yeun. Is it Yeun? Stephen Yeun? He's cute. Mark Ruffalo and Toni Collette as a couple. They were pretty funny. At first, I was going, what's going on here? But you know what? The thing is, if they had costumes and wild hairdos to match their character, it would have been perfect. But the thing is, they were just kind of in regular clothing, you know, and so their over the topness didn't peak. What did they say? Like, the clothing makes the man, or something like that. So if they had costumes or just kind of eccentric clothing to accentuate, listen to me, eccentric and accentuate, because they didn't have the clothing to accentuate their over the topness. Like, you accept royalty for being royal, right? But if someone off the street acted royal, you'd be like, psh, right? It's the same thing. So if they had been put in elaborate costumes, we would have been like, oh yeah, fine. They're not over the top at all. If you saw my video of my reaction coming out of, oh, I don't even remember the name anymore. Quiet Place, Day 1. I guess I'm kind of miffed. My reaction to Mickey 17 is much better than Day 1. But it's like, I don't know what to even talk about. It just kind of leaves you like, okay, what did I just watch? Like, like I chuckled all the way through the movie, but to say, if you ask me for like, what was your favorite scene, I'm like, I don't know. What part did you like the best? I don't know. Well, what stood out to you? I can think of one thing. We get a first-hand experience of him dying, like with and the only one who cared was Nasha. No one else cared. He gets his hand chopped off. Oh, it's just floating through space. No one notices. He gets reprinted coming out of the machine. The technicians are over there taking pictures. They're not even paying attention. They forget to plug something in. They trip over something. No one pays attention. And Mickey, every time for him, it's painful. It's scary, and he has to prepare himself for that trauma. His memories come back of his childhood, and throughout the movie, there's always a red button because he has this terrible memory that he killed his mother by pushing a red button, and how traumatic that was for him. And how his memories always come back, and they come back stronger. I describe the humor in this movie as being similar to what I saw from the movie Brazil and what I saw from the movie Fifth Element. I would also I thought of Doctor Who when I saw this movie. But I remember Doctor Who from like years ago. It kind of had I kind of thought it had like sort of an element of like a British, like elements of a British comedy. I haven't seen too many Korean comedies, so I can't compare it to that. The only Korean movies I've seen have been those dark and depressing ones where like everybody dies at the end, or like in which one was it? I think it was Old Boy, where he like chops his tongue off at the end, and it's like, even in Parasite, like people just started dying. It was like, whoa, this is supposed to be a comedy. In this movie, everyone lives at the end. Well, because everyone gets reprinted. Yeah, they just reprint the. I think the box office needs to change its criteria for what is a successful movie. Because if you look at all this stuff, if you pay attention to this stuff, which I usually don't, but the thing is, people don't watch movies like they used to. I mean, the whole thing with the internet downloads and all of that. First of all, movies are expensive. Movies are no longer a cheap date. They're no longer a cheap night out. So people don't want to go to the movie theater. Of course, they still do, but they don't want to spend all that money. Then it's just easier to wait until it comes out, either on DVD or, like this said, what was that, VOD? I don't know what that is, or digitally. And you watch it in the comfort of your own home. Another reason why people don't watch movies like they used to is because they can just go to the internet and see the reviews. The reviews should not come out before a movie does. Why did The Crow flop? And then they list a whole number of things about why it flopped. It talks about the movie's dated, the casting, the tonal shifts, character development, acting, writing. They knew all of that before the movie went to the box. So, they knew all of that beforehand. Why did Borderlands flop? Critics felt that Borderlands had no definitive tone, making it feel messy and confusing. I haven't seen the movie, so who am I to talk? But the thing is, you're calling these artists. You're really affecting these artists and actors and producers. Well, not the producers. You're affecting the directors, the editing staff, all the people that worked on the movie. All the people that put their blood, sweat, and tears on the movie. You're making it, you're totally overlooking their work You're totally overlooked. The box office overlooks their work and only focuses on the money. So, did the producers make their money back? Did the executive producers make their money back? Did the studio make their money back? They don't care about the creativity that went into it. And here it is on Reddit. 5 reasons why Mickey 17 flopped at the box office. It just came out. It's like, whoa. Like, seriously, it just came out. Yeah, it's kind of a weird movie. But I would definitely give it a high 7. Not an 8 because the narration bothered me so much. I like the characters, but I was confused by the characters. It's a strange movie. It's an interesting movie. There's a lot of things that are defined and a lot of things that cross, that blur the lines of. There's a lot of things that blur the lines. I think maybe the trailer showed too much. I'm thinking that the trailer showed too much because when you came to those scenes, you're like, and there was nothing more to it. But the overall storyline is about. The overall storyline is basically, if I was to sum my feelings up in one sentence, I would say I expected this movie to go to the line and cross it, but it did not. Why set us up with these interesting tidbits and then they just fall flat? It kept switching directions when I was getting interested. Mickey 17 is sort of the unexpected savior. But at the end we see that Mickey 18 is actually a hero.